I thought I would do a little vlog today because look at what he's wearing. I'm a little sad right now. This has been for 3 weeks now. It's been a little sad, but he's cute. Mr. River's 7.5 weeks old. You happy now?
Yes.
We are on a hike. Tim has the weekend off. It's the end of February. We need some fresh air. I'm a little cranky. It's been snowing so much that he has to take our good car, and so I'm kind of stranded at the house on all these snow days. So it's every time he has a day off, we go through the cycle of never-ending chores and laundry and meal prep and cleaning, but then we also go for a hike. So it's my favorite view.
I know. This is right freaking here, man.
Yeah, we are very thankful to live 5 minutes from, not even 5 minutes from here. There are people scuba diving in the reservoir, and I'm really confused.
It makes sense when you think about it.
Does it? We're working on some tummy time. So yesterday, he rolled. I had to tuck his arm underneath him, and then he got it from there. Right now, he's kind of just waking up because we went on that hike, and he always falls asleep. Okay. So what you got, little baby?
Show me what you got.
10 out of 10 on the outfit, obviously. Oh! I've given up.
Shall we help you? This is what it's like. That arm's so thin.
Oh!
Okay. Now if we tuck that arm. Yeah, you did get dirty, didn't you? Okay. Whee! Keep that arm tucked. Tuck. Try it, see what he does.
OMG. I hope you can see me. Okay, I just finished a workout, so I thought I would do a little health fitness postpartum update. If body parts aren't your interest, then skip ahead. I will show the workout I just did. Okay, so 7.5 weeks postpartum currently. And the first 5.5 weeks postpartum, I just did a lot of breath work and some gentle core and pelvic floor activation, some mobility work. I was not trying to be totally sedentary, and I was not trying to jump back into exercise right away. So somewhere in the middle. And then walking, I wanted to do more of, but I felt a lot of pelvic floor heaviness and pressure with walking, especially the first 4 weeks. So my limit was about 20 minutes at a time until I hit the 4 or 5 week mark, and then it progressively got better. So I was actually concerned that I had pelvic organ prolapse with my symptoms of heaviness. And to be fair, like after having a baby, everything down there is very swollen and healing, and you're not really sure what's going on. Thankfully, those symptoms have improved. I continue to have some pain along my tearing, and I went to my 6-week OB appointment, and then I went to a 7-week pelvic floor PT appointment, and they both said the same thing, that a lot of my tearing has healed really well, but there's one area that hasn't yet. So I haven't been cleared for all activity, which is a bummer. I'm continuing to take sitz baths, and they had me do perennial scar tissue massage and mobilization, which doesn't feel very good. There's like this one little area that's like red granulation tissue, and like I don't know, it's just not healing as well as the others, and it, like they think maybe there's still a stitch in there. I don't know, we're waiting to see. But so no intimacy yet, if you know what I mean. And I'm definitely not going to rush into running, jumping, that kind of thing. So I am doing a 8-week fitness program, which I never follow a program, but I thought I would this time. It's by Kiara and Nico Freeman, and it's a 3-day-week full body program. The first 2 weeks are endurance, so I did those 2 weeks already, and I mostly just stuck to like the higher rep ranges and did like 20-pound dumbbells, so on the lighter side of things. And then this week I just did there's 2 hypertrophy weeks, then 2 strength weeks, then 2 power weeks. And so it's 3 days a week. And then on the other, baby's moving. The other couple days a week, I will do walking or hiking for cardio, and some type of core, pelvic floor, or yoga, mobility, stretching, breath work, that maintenance and upkeep. The PT did say I had a little bit of pelvic floor weakness. So when I am doing my strengthening, I'm making sure that I'm also following it up with stretching so that I don't get too tight. So yeah, they said prolapse isn't there, which is great. So my internal tears have healed. It's just like the back part of the perennial tear. So it's like good news, but also I've definitely been a little frustrated and a little like ready to be back to myself. But I have to understand that I'm only 7.5 weeks postpartum. And also I'm trying to remind myself that bodies are miraculous and they heal, even if it seems like it's taking longer than I want. The other side of things is, oh, by the way, like I can hike longer now. I can stand longer. The first month was like, that was really rough. Thankfully, emotionally, I've been feeling really good. I have cried a couple times postpartum, but it has been because I'm tired of all the physical symptoms. So it's just like if I'm really hurting at the end of the day, in that first month especially, I cried a couple times. But emotions have been good. Of course, we've had some hard times. River has been in a fussy mood for like 3 weeks now. I don't know if it's like diet related, breast milk related, or if it's just the phase. I know that they're cranky around this time, so I'm not, gonna over-diagnose him. We're not too worried about it. He's still eating, although he does spit up a little bit. He's still pooping. He did have a couple days where his poop was kind of loose, not watery, but TMI, not really. So that only lasted 2 days, and now he's back to normal with that. So he might have had a little stomach bug. Those are health updates. He gets his shots next week, and I will have an OB follow-up appointment next week too, so that'll be like 8.5 weeks postpartum, and I'm really hoping I get the clearance for all activities. Okay, the other side of things is breastfeeding. So man, I went so hard with the pumping. I exclusively pumped like 98% of the time, and I purposely gave myself an oversupply because I knew I didn't want to pump or breastfeed when I went back to work at 3 months. So I wanted to get as much breast milk as I could and freeze a crap ton, which I did, which was great. It was a lot of work though. It was pumping for 15 minutes every 2 to 3 hours. A lot of cleanup. It was a lot. I'm glad I did it. Unless River's allergic to my milk, then I'm like, well, that was for nothing. But now I've been trying to wean for like 2 weeks, and it's just slow going. I'm still producing quite a bit of milk. I'm at the point where I'm only making what he needs now. So over the next 5 or 6 days, I'm really hoping to be done within a week. What is it today? I don't know, February 26th? Yeah, so hopefully by this weekend, I'll be done with breastfeeding and pumping. I think it's awesome for people who love it. I think whatever way you feed your baby is great. I was just somewhere in the middle. I wasn't super attached to it, but I wanted to try it. He can breastfeed a little bit now. I don't know if I said this before, but he wasn't latching super great at first. I think he was just hungry, so we bottle fed him and he did great. He gained a ton of weight, so we kind of just stuck with that. I did try breastfeeding again a couple weeks ago, and he would latch better and get some actual feedings in, but then he got all fussy, and I was like, I'm not gonna have you on my boob when you're like that. So we're doing a little bit of breastfeeding, still mostly pumping, and only enough to relieve the pressure and not to produce more milk. So yeah, oh, I'll show you the freezer because I'm really proud of my little stash here. So thankfully our brother and sister-in-law had a deep freezer they weren't using because we were filling up our freezer pretty quickly. And this is what we have. So those are like the really early colostrum yellowy ones that we'll save within the first year if you ever get sick. And then there's like literally layers. I mean, look how deep that is. Layers upon layers of milk. And I'm hoping that this will last us like till River's 4 months-ish. And then we'll do maybe like half milk, half formula. I don't know, but we got a good stock and we shall see. All right, so here's a little workout I did. I'm starting out with my warm-up, which is a little bit of foam rolling just for a minute or two. Nothing too crazy. And then from there, doing some lengthening of my glutes and pelvic floor, and then a little modified plank to get the core on, some hip flexor stretching, hamstring stretching. I don't want to overstretch though, so we're not trying to straighten that leg all the way. And then doing some twisting to open up through the thoracic spine, bird dogs, side planks, all to mobilize the spine and also get the back body kind of working. Here we're doing some glute bridges, dead bugs, and then opening up the shoulders, and then ending up with some squats and hip hinges. All right, so the workout, oh wait, I forgot. I am weaning like I said, so I forgot that I had put cabbage leaves in my sports bra earlier. So they're just like falling out. Decided to take them out before I worked out because I didn't think that would feel good. Yeah, so anyways, random. Okay, so the workout. 4x6 of a box squat, and I am going a little heavier this week, so I have 35s in each hand. And I don't have a barbell yet, but we did order some equipment that'll come in next week, so we're super excited that we're gonna have squat rack, etc. But dumbbells will work for now. Box squats, just going nice and slow and controlled. And then for me, focusing on breathing and core incorporation into my reps, since I am fairly early postpartum. And then after that, as if Bulgarian split squats weren't hard enough, we did 4 sets of 8 on each leg, and then it was an eccentric rep, so that means you're going slow on the way down. I try to do about 3 seconds, and then a little more explosive on the way up. And these were a big, huge struggle, super hard. Moving into our third leg movement, which was 1.5 reps of a glute bridge or a hip thrust. I added a band around my knees, and we did, I think, 10 reps of these. And I'm just using the 35-pound dumbbell, but with the band and with the 1.5 reps and just kind of slowing down, it was actually pretty challenging, and my cheeks were burning by the end of it. Next, we had a superset of pull-ups and an incline chest press. So I'm currently able to do 2 pull-ups at a time. I did 3 sets of 2, and then I was going to try to do some banded ones, but they were just kind of awkward, so I only did one of those. I'm really proud of my pull-ups. I was doing them up until I was about 8 months pregnant, and then I felt like I couldn't handle the pressure and my form wasn't really good. So I'm also trying to be slow, getting back into them. Since my reps are pretty low with the pull-ups, I decided to do some banded lat pull-downs just to finish out working the lats. That was supersetted with an incline chest press, which I modified by doing on an exercise ball. I tried to kind of put my body at an angle, and I love anything bench chest related, so I feel like I can be pretty strong. I went with 35s on this one for 8 reps each set, and that's 3 rounds of that superset of the lat pull downs or pull-ups with the chest press. All right, and then we had a symmetric stance single arm row. And again, I did the 35-pounder. I think it was 10 reps on each side, or maybe 12. I don't remember. But for the first 2 sets, I used the heavier weight. And then for the last 2 sets, I dropped down to 20 pounds just because I felt like I couldn't keep good form with that heavier weight. So we're doing that on each arm. And then the finisher was a forward, backwards bear crawl, like 10 steps or reps of each. Trying to keep that body nice and stable. And then pulling, for me, again, pelvic floor and core in. I love bear crawls. I used to love doing animal flow. So anytime that stuff is incorporated, I really like it. And I want to get back into it a little bit more. And then, so this is our finisher. You're just going back to back as fast as you can. So it was the bear crawl with a standing hip abduction For these, we're doing 10 reps on each leg. And this is my 7.5 week postpartum body. So feeling good, feeling proud of myself, showing you that I still have some softness and jiggle, and that's totally normal and fine. We have had no guilt or shame around our body, just really proud and feeling good. Would you like to take a bath? What do you think of that? Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Well, I kind of need him naked too. Cleanse him. Oh, it's okay.
Can we get your armpits? Okay, so it's the 1 month page.
Okay.
So I put his measurements at his 4-week appointment.
Okay.
But I didn't know if this was like, do we fill it out from like weeks like 4 to 8, like how he's been the past few weeks?
Oh.
Because then there's a 2-month one.
At 2, I would assume it's at 2 months old, at 1 month
Oh,
old.
then we should have done this a while ago. That's okay. We'll kind of do it.
To be honest with you, there's not like a ton of new stuff since the last one. Don't you think? Or
Okay, so your baby enjoys it when? So what did he enjoy at 1 month? / the past couple weeks? Walking.
hikes,
Walking, moving,
car
rides, hikes. What else? Bouncing.
The theme song to 30 Rock.
Oh yeah, dancing to 30 Rock theme song. So basically moving. Yeah. How is your baby sleeping?
Went through a bad stretch, but now he's better.
Went through a rough stretch. Still kind of unpredictable.
Yeah. It's still between what? Primarily 5 to 7 hour stretches. Sometimes just 4.
Yeah.
I think it's rare to be just 4. It's rare to be just 8. 5 to 7 is still the. Oh yes, we're talking about.
He didn't really like naps.
Yeah.
Especially unpredictable, especially with naps. Okay. Does your baby enjoy the bath?
I do.
Actually, yes.
I do.
Honestly. Now that he weighs enough to be submerged.
You kind of have to be changed before you nap, bud. Because you had a big old blowout.
Big old toot. Describe your baby's temperament and disposition.
Fairly serious, right?
Inquisitive. Fairly serious and inquisitive. That's so interesting.
I bet he's not going to stay serious.
He is inquisitive. But he likes to babble and coo.
Hey, sweetie.
What else? A little moody. Pretty moody. Pretty dang moody. Weeks 5 through 7.
5 to 7, yeah. It's hard to say what was. We just got hit with a bunch of stuff at once.
Yeah, I think we're coming out of it.
Got hit with a bunch of stuff at once.
What is your baby's hair like now?
He has a bald spot where he rubs it.
Bald spot?
Bald band.
Band on the back
from rubbing and wiggling. Okay. So those are the like main questions.
Hmm.
And then if any other thoughts, feelings, special moments.
You could talk about
Got to meet.
he has rolled once on flat surface. Rolls on the couch very well, usually.
With help for arm tuck. Arm tuck on flat surface. And with no help from the couch or boppy. Couch or boppy. Ugh. He likes to say ack. What else does he like to say?
No. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
He got to meet Grandpa Bruce. And get his backpack that he'll be hiking in.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else, Boogaboo? Was it a frown I saw? What are your feelings? I don't know. We love you. We love you a lot.
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye.
Bye.